Let's do Lesson 1 from your textbook in English for Class 8, Honeydew. And the lesson name is The Best Christmas Present in the World. Begin the exercise writing with today's date, chapter number, and chapter name. Write questions with black pen and answers with blue pen. I have given you clear instructions regarding which question to be written in book and which are to be done in notebook. Follow the instructions properly to avoid confusion. You can pause the video whenever you want to match your writing pace. Write neatly. Lesson 1, The Best Christmas Present in the World. Comprehension check on page 10. Do in the notebook. Question 1. What did the author find in a junk shop? Answer. The author found a 19th century old roll-top desk which was put up for sale in a junk shop. It was in a very bad condition with several pieces. One leg clumsily mended and scorch marks all down one side. Question 2. What did he find in a secret drawer? Who do you think had put it in there? Answer. The author found a shallow space underneath the roll-top desk drawer, which was a secret drawer. There was a small black tin box which had a piece of lined note paper that was sellotaped on its top. There was a note written on it in shaky handwriting. Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915. To be buried with me when the time comes. It seems that the letter was put inside the box by Mrs. Jim Mcpherson, for whom the letter was addressed. Comprehension check on page 14. Do in the notebook. Question 1. Who had written the letter? To whom and when? Answer. Captain Jim Mcpherson of the British Army, who was fighting a war against the Germans, had written the letter to his wife Connie on 26th December 1914. Question 2. Why was the letter written? What was the wonderful thing that had happened? Answer. Jim Mcpherson wrote the letter to his wife Connie to describe the wonderful event that happened on the day of Christmas. Although a war was going on between the two armies, the British and the Germans, they celebrated Christmas together and played a friendly football match. Question 3. What jobs did Hans Wolff and Jim Mcpherson have when they were not soldiers? Answer. Before joining the armed forces, Hans Wolff from Dusseldorf used to play cello in an orchestra, and Jim Mcpherson from Dorset was a school teacher. Question 4. Had Hans Wolff ever been to Dorset? Why did he say he knew it? Answer. No, Hans had never been to Dorset. He had learned about Dorset from school and read several English books. One of his favorite books was Far from the Madding Crowd, written by Thomas Hardy. That's why he said he knew Dorset. Question 5. Do you think Jim Mcpherson came back from the war? How do you know this? No, it appears that Jim Mcpherson never returned home from the war. Perhaps due to this reason, his wife Connie had preserved his letters carefully and had been waiting for him. Comprehension check on page number 15. Do in the notebook. Question 1. Why did the author go to Bridport? Answer. The author went to Bridport to meet Connie Mcpherson. He wanted to return the letter to her, written by her husband, which the author had mistakenly opened and read the contents of. Question 2. How old was Mrs. Mcpherson now? Where was she? Mrs. Mcpherson was 101 years old. She was in Burlington House, nursing home, that was located on the Dorchester Road on the other side of town. Comprehension check, page 16. Do in the notebook. Question 1. Who did Connie Mcpherson think her visitor was? Answer. Connie Mcpherson thought that the visitor carrying the letter was her husband, Jim Mcpherson. Question 2. Which sentence in the text shows that the visitor did not try to hide his identity? The sentence which shows that the visitor did not try to hide his identity is, I explained about the desk, about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening. From this sentence, we understand that although the author tries his best to explain how he found the letter in the old roll-top desk, Mrs. Mcpherson didn't pay attention to his words. Rather, she stroked the letter tenderly with her fingertips. Working with text, page 16. Do in the notebook. Question 1. For how long do you think Connie had kept Jim's letter? Give one reason for your answer. Answer. Connie kept Jim's letter for a long period of time. We understand this from the fact that she told the narrator how she used to read the letter every day and could feel Jim's presence around her always. Question 2. Why do you think the desk had been sold and when? The roll-top desk was found in a junk shop which was put up for sale when the house in which Mrs. Jim Mcpherson lived and caught fire, and she was taken to Burlington House nursing home. Question 3. Why do Jim and Hans think that games or sports are good ways of resolving conflicts? Do you agree? Answer. Jim and Hans thought that games or sports are good ways of resolving conflicts because nobody dies in a football match. No children become orphans. No wives become widows of martyred soldiers. Yes, I agree with both Jim and Hans that playing friendly matches are definitely an ideal way to resolve conflicts between two enemy countries without any loss to life and property. Question 4. Do you think the soldiers of the two armies are like each other or different from each other? Find evidence from the story to support your answer. Answer. The soldiers of the two armies are similar to each other as per the following reasons derived from the story. Number 1. Both the armies loved spending time together, sharing schnapps and sausages. Number 2, they agreed about the consequences or negative impact that war has upon families. Number 3, both the armies longed for peace and exchanged Christmas carols and hoped to unite with their respective families soon. Question 5. Mention the various ways in which the British and German soldiers become friends and find things in common at Christmas. Answer. Both the groups shared the festive spirit of Christmas, enjoyed a feast together by eating, drinking, and making merry together. They also sang Christmas carols and spent some quality time with each other. They got over hatred and played a friendly football match and wished if all conflicts in the world could be resolved by playing games. Both were anxious to return home to their families once the war comes to an end. Question 6. What is Connie's Christmas present? Why is it the best Christmas present in the world? Answer. Connie thought that Jim had come back home from war. She mistook the author for Jim due to her old age and memory lapse. She had been waiting for a husband, Jim, so the coming home of Jim was the best Christmas present in the world for her. Question 7. Do you think the title of the story is suitable for it? Can you think of any other title? Decidedly, the title of the story is most suitable. For the old Connie, no other present could have given her such joy as the coming home of Jim, her husband. Her presumption might be wrong, but she caught the greatest happiness of her life. Since the story revolves around Christmas, the alternate title of the story could be War and Peace, or Christmas Gift, or When Christmas Wish Comes True. But none can be a match to the present title. Working with language, page 17 to 19. Do in the book itself. Thank you.